In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear shock absorbers on this Hyundai Accent. Let's get started. With a 21mm socket, remove all 4 lug nuts and then remove the wheel. At the bottom of the rear shock, you have a 19mm mounting nut on a stud, which is removable, by the way, and keep this in mind in a second. Remove this mounting nut. So it does come off and the stud stays in here, but tapping it can actually get you the stud pushed out that way. There we go. The reason I'm removing it is because it's going to be a lot easier to pull the shock out without this stud in the way. Following the shock absorber up, you'll see that there's a caged nut inside of this piece of sheet metal. Oftentimes this sheet metal is way too thin to hold the bolt, or the nut I should say, as you spin the bolt will round off and you'll have some trouble. So what I highly recommend is clamping some locking pliers on here that'll squish down on 2 of the sides, preventing this cage basically from expanding and letting the nut spin freely. Of course, soaking in rust penetrant can also help, but let's start with some locking pliers. In the wheel well is where the bolt is located, so it actually goes through the frame of the vehicle. Once again, going to spray it with some rust penetrant, give it the best chance it has at coming out and breaking free. And the reason I'm giving you this view here, where you can see both ends, is so that you can see what is happening and what is supposed to happen. I'm going to put my air impact on it. However, if you do the same thing, be very careful, because this is an easy way to round off that caged nut in there. Okay, it's stopping and skipping around, so I'm going to go back in, get those threads worked back and forth, covered in rust penetrant. That's it, it's out. Very long, as you can see, and at the end this is where it rusts usually, so that's what you're fighting. Get this shock absorber out, and there it is. Before you get this installed in the vehicle, it's a good idea to compress it or start it a few times, and that entails pushing it all the way down by hand. It's going to be easy at first, and then you let it expand all the way by itself. Don't pull it up, and you want to make sure it stays upright, not sideways or upside down. Doing this will mix up all of the oils and gases that are inside that have been sitting on a shelf for quite a while, so basically gets it ready to go. If you don't do this, you may hear some clunking over bumps in the first couple 100 miles as it naturally mixes in, so you definitely want to avoid that and prolong the life of the shock absorber by starting it manually. Take the new shock, slide it into position, and I have my bolt ready, the top one that goes in from the outside. I'll put some anti-seize on the shank of the bolt, hoping it wouldn't seize up in the future. Start it in to the mounting nut. I suggest doing this by hand. You don't want this to accidentally cross-thread in there. There we go, that's started. So let's snug it up. If you had locking pliers holding this cage, remove them. Now slide in the lower bolt and the mounting nut. Snug this up as well. The torque for both of these is 87 foot-pounds. That's one. And the second one. Let's get the wheel back on. Reinstall all 4 lug nuts, snug them up in a cross pattern, and also in a cross pattern, we're going to torque them to 80 foot-pounds. Double check them. There you have it. Do the same on the other side. I always recommend replacing both shock absorbers at the same time.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.